Hello again. So something else finally came in the mail, and I was a wee bit disappointed about this one because this bastard actually lived in the United States. It's something that was of great interest to me, and it obviously isn't what's in the picture. That's just one of those cheap standard little test everything kits. It was this a big beefy boost converter. Hold on a second. That's doesn't matter. I'm gonna be moving all over anyways. So yeah, this thing was cheaper than shit. Usually this thing goes for like 130 bucks. It was up for sale for $6. Not tested, as is, blah blah blah. Anyways, I got it. It should have a MOSFET right there. Coincidentally, that one. It should also have a little fan that goes in right here. It's off to the side. When I got it, this from the drain had actually been snipped. Every time I tried to fill that or to make it how it should be, it would end up just shorting out. So what does that tell me? MOSFET's shot, and I ended up taking it out so I could test it, and sure shit, the MOSFET, she's done dicked. It's pretty much, yeah, 35 ohm, 40.4. It's fucked. I mean, and the guy obviously knew a little bit about electronics, but not a lot, because you can see every spot that he tried dicking with stuff just to get it to kick on so the numbers would be on just for the picture. It's pretty sad, because you can tell when they reflowed this initially, there's no flux marks around any of it. Anywhere a solder iron is hit, though, has plenty of flux shit all over it. So boom 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 boom. What's that? The buttons, display. This little diode here is also broke, but it has continuity through one side, and the voltage drop looks alright to me, like I know shit. So yeah, it's a pretty unique MOSFET, though. By unique, I mean it's pretty high up there, like 171 amps. Its peak is like 600 something, so it is beefy, to say the least. I don't have anything like that. I've scavenged a bunch of FETs, but none of them come even close. The closest thing that I have to that is what was it? My IRF 540N, or maybe my IRF 710, and it's a 100 volt with 33 amps. So I mean, it should be fine so long as I don't get to the 120 volt range of this boost converter. But I just said fuck it. I ordered the correct one from someone in the States. I didn't want to be waiting forever and a day for it, so I paid the extra monies, got the right MOSFET. It's on the way, so hopefully I can finish fixing this and it can be perfect again. But it's seen better days. I mean, this shit, this heatsink, the anodized layers scratched up, all this shit, and then it has all of the apprentice marks from this guy. So I need to go through and check and make sure nothing else is dicked, because he hit that with a soldering iron, he hit that with a soldering iron. The only thing he didn't hit was the FET. He didn't try to fix it at all. He tried fucking with his double diode, but he didn't try dicking with that. He literally just cut, pulled. And I knew it was fucked immediately. I made a video when I was first opening this and testing it out, and I had a probe there and the other one slipped across to there, and I heard the beep, I thought, oh no, that's fine. It's got a diode in there. No, that's going the wrong way for that. So that told me to stop looking for anything else, and that's the problem. That's it. I also got these that I've been waiting forever on. Finally, my rechargeable 9 volts. So I have so many meters and stuff here that I go through 9 volts like you wouldn't believe. So I got some rechargeable ones. 680. I believe they were boasting that these were 1,000 or something stupid like that. Or maybe that was the other one that I ordered. These were actually like the most expensive thing that I've ordered in a long time. $8 including shipping. But there's 2 of them. There's 2, and they're actually pretty interesting looking. Let me see if I can find a opening tool here. I was kind of butthurt about these though, because there was no customs report, and it came from a US address, but I've been waiting on these things for a fucking eternity, so I don't really know what was up with that. I guess it's probably one of those Chinese sellers that ships to one of their peons over here, and if the peon over here doesn't have the shit, then they have to wait for their supply to get in, and they ain't got it. But they're from China on the stuff that they're waiting on, so they don't have to wait. Oh, wait. That is both of them. It's from the same guy, apparently. So, one is 1,000. The other one's a 680. Double power! Hoover. That's interesting to me. Well, one is a micro or a mini. It's a fucking USB charger. This one, the double pow, is not. Now, I have a charger for these somewhere, but it's for NiCad, so I don't know if I should. Yeah, I'm going to use the power source. I like being able to see what's going on. And the old double PAL, I'm not familiar with it, so I got to know what's up. Anyways, besides that, I finally got this thing going, and I gotta say, so far I love it. It's beautiful. Just some 2200 milliamps. So what's that? 6, 12, 13,200. So 13.2 amps hour in this thing. I guess I could take the screen protector off. I wasn't really sure how far to push this thing to. 12.7, 12.6. I mean, it's got 3 groups of paralleled, so that's about right. I mean, I just pulled it off the charger when it got down to like 70 milliamp hours. And please hold. Okay, back. Sorry, fucking dog was going crazy. Anyways, yeah, let's just get this bitch going and see. I mean, I suppose its nominal voltage is gonna be. It's a 9-volt battery, so really, what could it be? I guess we'll do some testifying and see. This thing, though, right here, anywhere from $5 to $25, depending on what you search for. And if you can find 7.68, so what should I charge this fucker at? 9 volts, half an amp? Yeah, that sounds good to me. Let's go. 8 at half a volt, or half an amp. That's probably a bit safer. I might have to switch to an actual cap that I can charge that fucker with. Anyways, what's this guy reading at? Probably send it a half-ass charge to 716. So I learned quite a bit about 18650s last night when I was trying to figure out how fucked it would be if I actually put in different sizes for this thing, and come to find out it's really not that bad. I mean, because if they're in parallel, it's gonna even itself out. And on top of that, I was charging this thing, these batteries, well, I don't know, they weren't flat, but they weren't full. They were, let's just say they were half, for simplicity's sake. So the first hour I charged it, I just pumped it up to 24 volts. I figured, why not? These ones got hot. These ones, not so hot. These ones, nah, they were fine. These were reading 4.10. These were reading 4.7 or 4.1. Excuse me, 4.07, and these 4.02. So I took these two and put them here. Those ones down there. Left those ones there. Put this down, or put the power source down to 19 volts and let it charge. I was gonna leave it at 24 because I figured it's the least amps that it was going to be pushing, but there was some inductor line from that one in there, and that's when it struck me, oh yeah, they're parallel, so it doesn't need to be that, but probably better stick above the 19 volts that old Alice suggested in her sale. Obviously you charge in that one. Thankfully I had a DC 2.1 that had been snipped already, so I just hooked it up to the power source. Easy. Hit the button whenever you put the cells in. And you can have just 3 in this instead of 6, but I figured I got it. Why not? And then this one will actually tell you what voltage you're set up at. Maybe. Yeah. So you can switch between all of these. That's on file. Let's see if I'm a liar. Nope, 12.5. And what is that? Above the 9? Down at 12? You know, I haven't tested this thing out all the way, so let's go to world 21.0. Now that kind of worries me about that initial overshoot at the beginning, but it really doesn't, because I don't think I'm going to be having anything too sensitive running on that thing. But I like it. I like it a lot. I like it so much that I ordered another one, only because all the cells that I have that are 18650s just so happen to be around 2200 milliamp hours. So I'm just going to throw all the fuckers in, because they're all good. There's Samsungs, or yeah, they're all Samsung. I think I got one Panasonic, or 2 Panasonics, and this thing right here, Panasonic, Samsung, it's been running beautifully forever. I mean, Desmond loves this fucking thing. I can never get it from him. It is a little bright, maybe a little feminine, but I'm secure in my masculinity, so I don't care. I'll rock the fuck out of that pink thing. It's probably dead though. What is it? 19%. Yeah. What can we do? I'll tell you what I can do. I can use it to charge up this little 9 volt. Aw, where's something? This thing isn't the most accurate in the world. 5.2, I was like 2.5. What the fuck? Not the most accurate thing in the world, so let's get something else that'd be a bit more ridiculous with it, shall we? If I can find the damn thing anyways. Maybe. maybe. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh. There we go. Let's just double team that thing for the old voltage and amperage. Can you read that? It's gonna be close enough. So let's see what kind of juice it's. I mean, this thing's got to be able to charge off a fucking regular 5-volt supply, right? Right? It's got to. So it's got to have something fancy in there with that light. I think I'm going to order a couple more of these. I'm going to tear into that because I'm dying to know what's under that. Dying. 680 milliamp hours. That's not a lot. Now, I wonder if they just have something stupid little like this fucking thing. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get to focus on this goddamn thing to work. Focus. Oh, auto. Idiot. Alright, so that's 125 milliamp hours. I have another small one somewhere that's a 650, and it's about this size. This is a really, really old one, so that makes me wonder. Oh, sorry, wrong way. That makes me wonder if that's all that's in here, because it's light. I mean, it is so light. This thing's got some heft to it, though. So I'm interested to see what these things actually run as far as their output capacities. This thing running at an amp. Okay, well, I guess that's fine. Do what you do. Get the juice that you want. But no, after I paid attention to the Ali, that's not what it's called though. If you search that on eBay, you're not going to find dick. Sadly, this doesn't have any. Oh my god, focus. It doesn't have any real information about what the fuck it is. Input 16 to 21. She said 19 on there to 1.6 amps. That lying bitch. USB 5 to 2.1 is what she said. Output, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this thing all in all could do like 75 watts. So 65 of them can come from that. The other 10 can come from the USB. So really, you can get 19 at 3.3 amps, 19 volts at the 3.3 amps. So this thing, it fucking does some work. Have I had it that high? Not yet. But I'm gonna. But after I was dicking with that, I paid attention to how this was charging. It was dead flat, like it usually is when I get it back from my son. And I charged it up to 19. That 19% that it went, those front batteries that are right by coming off the charge board are so much hotter and so much higher than the rest of them. It's not even funny. So it made me really think long and hard about that, and then I decided, you know what, why not go to some official informations. Now I say this is official, but really it looks like it could be typed by a 6-year-old with Microsoft Word. So internet grain of salt, I suppose. It's from 2004, so a wee bit old, I suppose. Is that focused? Can I get a better focus on that? Can I get a better stance on that? Shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh god. Oh god, what happened? Alright. We're back in action. Okay. So, there's some pretty interesting shit in here. Nominal 2200, minimum 2150. There's one or two of mine that tested at like 2083. Close enough. Nominal 3.7, blah blah. Charging method: constant current, constant voltage. So if it parentheses constant voltage with limited current, isn't it really just constant voltage, not constant current? Or is it saying you really need to do the constant current, then do the constant voltage? A lot to be desired left open there. Rapid charge, 2.2 amps, huh? That's ballsy. Charging time, 3 hours. So even if it doesn't get full, 3 hours is what they're saying you should charge those fucking things. No. Charge it till it's full, I think. Max discharge, 4.4 amps. That's pretty impressive. There was some more interesting shit in here. Right around here, some of it. Charge condition. So you can do it at 2:0C, and the cutoffs at 2.5 hours. So if you're running that fucker at 4.4 amps, you can get 2.5 hours of battery life from that fucking thing, and it's relative to 80% of its full capacity. That is impressive. Now that's at 25 degrees centigrade, so the room temp 69, all right, 68 to 72, somewhere in there. So realistically, is it ever gonna be that unless you're in your house? People using this shit in power tools and stuff like that, it's gonna be quite a bit warmer than that, I would imagine. I know it's gonna be quite a bit warmer than that in the intent that I would like to use some 18650s for. Now, there's plenty of websites about the different types of batteries, how to tell them apart, which ones to stay away from, blah 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 blah. Basically anything that's not, oh come on you piece of shit, anything that's not ultra fire, you're gonna be okay. There's, well, once I get stuff, it seems like that webpage that I am trying to load here poorly is quite a bit of speculation, but it does have a few pertinent points that were pretty good. Basically, he just touches base on Samsung, Sanyo, Sony, and LG. That's fine with me. He doesn't get into the current rating on them a lot. He says a couple of them didn't have any info, and I looked them up and they had data sheets available. So he might not know what the word data sheet means. He also puts the RGB value of what color their cases are for some reason. I don't know what that matters. And that's not ugly pink. Isn't that more fuchsia? Ugly pink. 255-128-255. What is he now? I don't know. So he's saying like the cap is 4K for the milliamp hours on the standard 18650. I can believe that. He's also saying these ones are fake. These ones are real. Real ones weigh more than 40 grams. Fake ones can weigh like anything between 10, 25 to 37. So I don't know. That's just a quick look at some of the real deal ones, I suppose. But back to the interesting thing. So on this, they get to some of their testing methods. The drop test. 1.5 meters height at a random direction, 6 times on a board more than 3 centimeters thick. Oak board. Must be oak. Vibration test. I mean, overcharge test. This is pretty hardcore. Standard cell with 12 volts, 2.5 or 2.2 amps at room temp for 2.5 hours. No fire, no explosion. Short circuit that bitch. To short circuit, they connected positive and negative by less than a 50 mega ohm wire for 3 hours. Well, that's not really a short circuit, is it? If it's got a 50 mega ohm wire? Short circuit to me is less than a 50 milliohm. Is that what that is? It's a baby amp. What do they mean by the baby amp? Is mega big amp? I do not know. Reverse charge. They even threw these fuckers in an oven. 130 degrees C. That's like almost 300 Fahrenheit. No, it's not. 130 science. That's, what, 260, 270, maybe? I don't know. I'm American. I can be ignorant. That's pretty much it. Yeah. These things, I mean, they seem like pretty good batteries. I hope alternating them in their little charge pattern from number 1 to 2, switching to 4 to 6, maybe swapping number 2 and 3 every now and then, whatever, just alternating them throughout their charge lifetime will help keep them alive. Because I've read lithium batteries can get 200 charges, 500 charges, 5,000 charges, 1,000. But really, it probably just depends on what. I mean, it depends on what, where, how, all that shit. It's pertinent. And just in case you wanted to know, the dickhead that sold that, quote, non-tested unit is this guy. BST. Best Online. This cocksucker right here. So, let's see what kind of shit he has. I just perused through a few things and saw untested. Yeah, so this stuff right here, he's obviously not put untested. So, anyways, that's pretty much all I got. Till we meet again.